So two reporters have a book coming out, and apparently they have some inside information on the White House. And here's what they learned. Privately, the president had often talked about fortifying a border wall with a water-filled trench stocked with snakes or alligators, prompting aides to seek a cost estimate. He wanted the wall electrified with spikes on top that could pierce human flesh. After publicly suggesting that soldiers shoot migrants if they threw rocks, the president backed off when his staff told him that was illegal. But later in a meeting, aides recalled he suggested that they shoot migrants in the legs to slow them down. That's not allowed either, they told him. Now, Trump has been on a rampage denying this story. Do I believe his denials? No. You want to know why I know the media is right on this one and Trump is wrong? Because Trump had actually tweeted previously, one of his prototypes for the wall was like a drawing of it, and it had spikes on top. And now that, admittedly, that's one little element of the story, but he's denying it all now. I never said any of that. No, I didn't. I'm tough on the border, but I'm not even that tough on the border. Dude, you tweeted the wall with the spikes, and he may have even said it in a debate that he wants some sort of contraption or moat. He always used to say, we want a big, beautiful wall, and we'll put a big, beautiful door in the middle of that big, beautiful wall so people can come in legally. But I also vaguely remember him talking about this sort of aspect of it, where it's medieval type stuff. And come on, you all know, doesn't that strike you as something exactly like Trump would say, the shoot him in the leg thing? That's him thinking he's being humanitarian. Because, he would argue, well, many people in the Republican Party who are saying that when you shoot them, you shoot to kill, and you say, hey, you're coming in this country illegally, and illegally is not okay. So what I'm here to say is I'm more reasonable, and I think that if anything, maybe you shoot him in the leg. You shoot him in the leg. I could absolutely see him saying something like that. So I believe none of his denials. I think the entire story is accurate, and I'm not surprised by this. And, man, he's so stupid. This is your priority? Of all the things to think, you're president of the United States of America. You're the most powerful man on earth. You control the world's largest military, the strongest military in human history. You could, if you wanted to, call all the troops home from Iraq and Afghanistan right this second. You have the authority to do that. You could just call them home right now. You could do that. Why wouldn't that be something that's higher on your list, more important? Hey, let's do that. No, the generals are all, talking him down from it, and he's giving in because they look like they're straight out of central casting. They come in and they got their uniforms on and they got the chiseled jaw and they look very serious. So I say, I'll listen to the generals from time to time. But all the power you have, the agenda you can set for the country. You can be working overtime on an infrastructure bill, for example, if you really cared about fixing the country. No. It got so extreme, guys, they go on to explain that the person who he put in charge of the border, he started berating her and saying, I want the border shut down completely by noon today. And she was like, sir, that's not, possible. And he lost it on her. That's exactly the type of stuff I could see Trump doing. Like a petty tyrant who's just at the last minute do this. Let's have alligators and snakes in a moat around a big, beautiful wall with a big, beautiful door in the middle. Positively medieval shit, man. Medieval shit. And is this in his heart of hearts exactly what he's looking for? You know how much he talks about this wall. You know how badly he wants it. By the way, he's also apparently panicking because even though he's going out there and pretending like the wall's being built, he knows that it's nonsense, and he knows it's not being built. He took, there's this state project, I believe it was, in California, where they had their own, a little section of a wall, and he was taking credit for that because they were doing repairs on it. And he was acting like, see, we're building Trump's big, beautiful wall. So he knows he can't deliver on it, and he's getting desperate. And it looks like he kind of went into overdrive with his ideas here about the wall. This is the battle of ideas, folks. This is the battle of ideas that we're seeing here. He would like a spiked, electrified fence where soldiers shoot migrants in the leg and have a moat filled with alligators and or snakes. I mean, it is true. The dude who's the president of the United States of America really has, like, the thought process of... I mean, this is something you'd hear if you have a conversation with, like, a fifth grader. Like, ooh, why don't we put spikes on the top of the fence and have alligators in the moat? Like, that's what this reminds me of. The first thing I thought of was, like, that Trump... that Trump... what's it called? I forgot what it's called, but the thing that switches your... your tweets, his tweets to like written in crayon. That's what I thought of when I was reading this story. I was like, I mean, that thing is like spot on. That is exactly how, like, his thought process is that primitive. It's like a little boy who's just like taking shots in the dark on this stuff. Except he's an adult and he's confident in those ideas, which are scary. But the positive impact here of the media reporting is that he now is like having to run away from it and act like, no, I mean, totally. I mean, that's ridiculous, but I never said that. It's fake news. I never said that. I'm strong on the border, but I'm not that strong on the border. I mean, this is really embarrassing, man.